Baby boomers are coming of age, retirement age that is, and many are wondering what's going to happen. Starting about 9 months after soldiers returned home from World War II, there was a birth rate boom coming almost as a celebration of soldier survival. And this has profoundly affected our culture. Baby boomers, and I'm one of them, are those born from 1946 to 1964 during a successful post-war economy. This very large group of kids were the most privileged of all time. Often raised with a soldier-disciplined father and a not always happy work-at-home mother, we grew up watching too much TV, listening on transistor radios to Beach Boys and Beatles, and facing a new and real threat of atomic warfare. Still, life was quite idyllic for boomers during those first 18 years. But after graduating from easy and perfect boomer high, we were slapped into reality by the draft, Vietnam, and a newly realized inequality happening between sexes and races. This generation, often labeled as one of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, grew into an angry, government-distrusting counterculture that fought for social justice, for causes like feminism, civil rights, and the Vietnam War. These all reflect the boomer ethic, the right of self-direction. Well, it's no surprise this group has also achieved the most wealth. Accounting for 24% of the total U.S. population, boomers hold on to something like 80% of our country's wealth, account for 80% of all leisure travel, and dole out 50% of consumer spending. 76 million boomers in the U.S. are a huge cultural demographic. Like a pig swallowed by a python, the big bump is moving through the snake and is now coming to retirement age. As we become very elderly, sick, and disabled, there will be a smaller cadre of youth to care for us. Will we become a huge societal burden? First of all, the elderly are usually not that burdensome. Research finds 75% of those aged 85 or older still drive. 70% are not depressed, 60% do not experience significant memory loss, and on average, the elderly is as happy as any age group. When boomers turn 85, although potentially a demanding group, I predict we will find the resources to care for those who need it, and some might still be active enough to even physically help. More importantly, most boomers will have an advanced directive, bypassing futile efforts and reducing the risk for a prolonged, expensive, and painful death. And in these next years, as boomers have more time on their hands, expect intolerance to social injustice and an increasing demand for the privilege of self-direction.